maneuver from Sepe. Side swipe galore at the front. Oh, what's going to happen here? On the back. Looks like Mr. Brisket and Dom T tried to make an early one. Oh, no! He's going for it. Where's he going to be?
Very best, very best.
Anyway, as a community... Ooh. No! Yeah, it always turns to shambles. But our special talking to shambles, oh my days! It's handed up! And that looks, I'm gonna call this early doors. That looked like a takeout. Oh no! Spoon! Oh no! No! This ain't a ball, please. Oh! Wow! 123.9. Oh no! There's a late winner. He's that. Well, Spoon, you out of nowhere. Six was out there. What if it's been out? Oh, what a rubbish track we joined that was. What a move. Is he going to make it stick though? Tough corner to make it stick on. Is he going to go round the outside? Unbelievable. Oh. Wow, wow, wow.
Fantastic move.
The most dynamic commentary duo on Twitch.
The fastest growing racing community on Discord.
Welcome to the NoobGamerz.
Well, well, well. Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Monday night, 8 PM, and the NoobGamerz doors are live and open for business. And tonight, not just right here on Twitch. No! We're branching out this evening. We're trying YouTube. We're trying Facebook. We're trying Periscope. We're going as global as possible. NoobGamerz in your house. However you consume your content. So welcome to everyone on YouTube. Welcome to everyone on Facebook. Welcome to people on Twitter. And of course, the old faithfuls right goddamn here on Twitch too. So join the party, everyone. Welcome to the NoobGamerz community, and it's a brand new season tonight as we take on another ACC season, back to what we know and love, GT3's, and I've got someone by my side as ever to take us through it tonight, and it's a track I love. Hopefully tonight is shaping up to be an absolute banger. And Jamie, how excited are you about everything that's going on tonight? Good track, lots of global presence for the NoobGamerz, and a night of just chatting about racing, yeah?
I mean, literally, what else could you want, Ryan, for your Monday evening entertainment?
Yeah.
Probably absolutely nothing. I certainly can't think of anything.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we got a few chats coming in. Took subscribed early doors to get the show on the road as well. And it's just all kicking off, Jamie. So we're testing many things tonight, aren't we?
It's the night of tests, but you know the viewers don't need to worry about that, Ryan, do they? They just need to settle in. The good news for them, though, Ryan, of course, is they've got now a choice of their favourite platform. One of four they could choose, or all four, actually, if they fancied it.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. So whether you're watching, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, however you're watching, we just love the fact you're here. And Jamie, Leguna Seca, talk to me. What a track. I mean, I'm personally very excited about taking the viewers through this one tonight.
Yeah, I remember it well. We did it in season 1, race 2 it was, of the very first NoobGamerz season on Project Cars 2, of course. It was the GT3's, I think it was, we were in. I raced in it myself. Yeah, very enjoyable race, actually.
Good,
I remember
good.
passing Bob several times as he spun out, which was always good fun.
Yeah. And I've got history at this track as well, of course, by just turning on the computer, downloading the game, trying Race Room for the first time, and getting in the points at Leguna Seca without even trying, basically. So, both have got great history at this track. But tonight, Jamie, a driver from the NoobGamerz community is going to create their own history as we kick off Season 5 of ACC.
I mean, that's flown by, isn't it, right? To be fair. It really has flown by. We got 28 drivers out there on the track currently, Ryan. Well, not in the lobby, I should say. Most out on the track. As we're in this qualifying session now, 10 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Yeah, absolutely. It's been a blast so far, Ryan, I think. We had BC2, who's been the original, still going weekly. We've dabbled in other games, but I'd say we've never really sort of taken a second game to our hearts until ACC sort of came along. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, we've had a couple of one-night stands with Rocket League, but I feel like this is going to be a bit more of a long-term relationship we're going to have with ACC. So
I mean, we had Race Room, of course, but but this one just feels like it's got the buzz. I mean, it's definitely played more than Project Cars, that's for sure. There's a great community around it. Would you say, Ryan, it's maybe for your more slightly serious sim racers than a Project Cars 2, for example?
Potentially, although the whole of our Project Cars 2 community is now dismayed at your comments, and I imagine you're going to get lots of hateful PMs. So on that bombshell, let's head down to the track. Let's get a view of this track, a view of the races tonight as we kick off a brand new season. So welcome everyone. Come on a journey with us, and it's one you'll hopefully enjoy. Let's go. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that engine sound on. Hopefully the people at home can hear it. So yeah, Nashift, I'm just keeping people guessing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Tyler's on board though. HRS Racing is back. And it's just simply great to have everyone here. So good evening everybody. Here we go, trackside. We're on board with Berno Rietzma Jamie, who's quickest only by 0.2. He's second behind Brandon Leach. He's gone a little bit quicker as well. I was just on board with him watching the old timings, and he's gone a little bit quicker, but it is Brandon Leach currently, Jamie, leading the way at the top of this leaderboard.
It is indeed, Ryan. We've been so busy talking about all the new stuff going on. We've forgotten to sort of say hello to all the regulars. So just a welcome to HRS. I know you said hello to him. Tyler's back. Nashiv's here. Jimmy's here, of course. Overdone, Pancake. Everyone's coming back, Ryan, which is great to see. A quick question for Tyler though. Why is he not racing, Ryan? Why is he not out on the track?
No, it is a great question, and hopefully, he can hear you loud and clear. Big up to Legionary as well, Jamie, of course, one of the staff members here at the NoobGamerz, subscribing with his Twitch Prime subscription for the 25th month. So it's all kicking off here on and off the track. So yeah, I'm excited. We've got lots of new things going on tonight. We're also testing, Jamie, as you know, some brand new ACC Director software as well, which we've got on loan, shall we say, from someone who's developing some new ones. We're just trialing it out tonight, aren't we, and seeing what it's like.
Yeah, how you finding it so far, right? You might not want to do a live debrief.
We're 2 minutes in and it's not crashed, so it's a good start.
I mean, you joke, but actually that is quite positive for an ACC Director tool.
Yeah.
Because we've tried a couple, and stability, shall we say, is not a buzzword that's prevalent in the ACC Director community.
No. Absolutely. So we'll see how it goes tonight. I'm excited to try it, and we'll simply just see how we get on. A few new names though, Jamie, to look at tonight. Nicholas Cruz in 5th place at the moment. Kenneth Carstens, who I think we have had raced with us previously, but back for some more. Tom Shipston's back. Jamie Abazek Jars here, not hopefully getting a Dad's knocking around. Nikola Dobrevsky, another new name. Rob Van Engelen, another new name. Daniel T. Barwin, that's another good name, currently in the pits. Mike Waller, we just jump on board with him quickly, down in 21st place. Fridge is dabbling a bit tonight, Jamie. It's good to see with away from Project Cars 2. Dave Collins and Bader Payne also getting involved. So we're up to 29 drivers, but lots of new names and lots of old favourites too.
Fantastic. What a great rundown. Yeah, absolutely. Look at the boys, says Overdone Pancake. How are you all? I'm pretty good, Overdone Pancake. I'm going to answer for Ryan in the sense of speed. He's bloody brilliant. Tyler, how long to Jar this next? Great question. Always a risk of it. The world's back open now. Monday's a bad day for me, says Tyler. I mean, he's here now, right? So it can't be that bad.
Maybe he's like at the pub on his phone.
Imagine that. He's gone out, seen his mates for the first time in 18 months. He's like, sorry, lads, I've just got to pop the old Twitch on. Yeah. No, Tyler, I'm only joking. It's great to have you here, mate. And glad to hear you're out enjoying the world again. It is a fantastic thing. Are you happy with the F1 results, Jamie? I mean, am I happy with the results? I don't particularly have a vested in. Well, come on, Ryan, that's a lie.
Come on, yeah.
I've got a strangely angled vested interest, shall I say? It's not a positive one; it's a negative one. No, I mean, I'll tell you what, though. Genuinely, I'm just happy that for the first time in like 7 years, it's close, which is literally all I want. I didn't love the result, Tyler, because obviously he was super lucky again, and instead of taking a 10-point deficit, he's ended up with only a 4-point deficit. So, you know,
that's racing for you.
That is racing. It was funny though, Tyler. I did laugh. I genuinely thought of Tyler when I was watching it, because there was a bit near the start where it was super close at the front, and a tree branch fell onto the track perfectly at the time to disturb Leclerc's car, just so he had to go round it and Hamilton could get the run on him and overtake him. I did have a little chuckle to myself thinking about Tyler there. He's literally got nature on his side even.
Yeah, it literally does. Lord Westcott, we're just on board with Jamie, just gone half a second quicker on his lap, gained a place up to 14th place while you were dissecting the F1. Old Tukey is currently up in Nick Messenger. He's up on his current lap by about, although he not the smoothest coming out of that corner. He was up, might not be so up now. But it looks like quite a few people, Jamie, struggling to beat their early good times. Not many people currently up on their time, but Nicholas Cruz, or Krause, is up to first place, dethroning Brandon Leach at the top.
Okay. So Jar only good enough for fourth currently, Ryan. Are you surprised by that?
I'm not, but I'm more surprised at the fact we've got someone out there, Jamie, who's got worse ping than Abhishek Jar.
Name him immediately.
Kenneth Carstens. I'm going to go to him now. You can, annoyingly, because of the angle, you can't see it live on stream. But yeah, it's big.
Jeez.
It is a big old number.
Wow.
Because you can see the red bar next to his name, which is just mental.
Absolutely mental, Nicholas Krause, Ryan, give me a little heads up. Is that a driver we've seen before? It rings sort of a very vague bell.
Yeah,
the name.
It does for me well, but
maybe the odd race, but certainly not a regular. But I mean, that is an absolutely astonishing time there, a 1:22.779. 6.5 tenths clear of the field of his closest challenger run. It's actually very close after that, between second, third, fourth, etc. I mean, that is a dominating time. Even Jar must be looking at that thinking, hang on a minute. That's normally me out there. What's happened here, lads?
Yeah.
All I would say, though, is Jar definitely, much like Tyler we've seen in the past, they like a late surge in qualifying. So don't rule them out. 3 minutes to go. Couple of chances yet.
Absolutely, indeed. As Nash said, will he cruise to victory tonight?
Nashift is, I feel like his driving skill has reduced, Ryan, but his pun level has increased dramatically. Do you think he's channeling some of his natural skill towards puns rather than driving?
Well, to be fair, he did all right on Thursday night in Project Cars. You know, solid.
Yeah, but I'm joking. Don't ruin the narrative, right?
But that's
Don't
what
ruin
I'm here
the story.
to do. That's what I'm here to do.
Shipston in 11th. Will he be disappointed? 1.6 seconds off provisional pole position, Ryan. Shipston.
Well, we're getting down and dirty with Shipston now, right on the front of his car, right on the bumper, right on track. I love it. And I don't know, like, obviously he wasn't here for last season, And we've got a really strong field, it has to be said, in ACC now. You know, Leach, Jar, Retzma, you know, G Squared on the day has got the ability. I mean, Shipston's up to 8th now, which I'm sure he'll be happy with. Just pips people like Dan Birch, Dave Zalecki. So, you know, there are some great drivers out there, which makes it all the more competitive in that top 10. Obviously, Nicholas, you know, newer driver running away with it at the top. But as you said earlier, beyond him, you know, it's very, very close.
Zalecki actually on a stonking lap, but he just coming through the last sector, which, as you know, is very tight and windy, Ryan. He was stuck behind our good friend Took, who did slow him up a little bit, but not too bad. Took is fully entitled to keep on his lap, of course. Zalecki is going to improve by about a second, Ryan, and he does go second. So that he just managed to. So he lost a couple of tenths following Took through those last few corners, but it's good enough for second place. So a great lap from Zalecki there.
Absolutely. Mr. Rich gaining 3 more places from 14th to 11th with his last lap there, so he's 1 step closer to the top 10. Nashift is asking, and Combat Massive asking, I can use that camera during the race. I mean, that would be, I mean, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Like,
which camera, mate?
This one, where you're right on the front splitter.
The front splitter, you right?
Well, that's,
You've been doing some like research.
No, I haven't. That's the name of it in the software we've got. So, you know,
oh, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have given that away.
To be honest, I
he
do
dived
know
on
that.
me and ruined my lap. So well done to him.
I do know that anyway, but yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it too. You got time. You got time.
You obviously know everything. Everything about all the tracks and stuff, right? You know all the names. All the
Exactly. Right, Philip Barton in 19th place at the moment was 1 second up on his lap, Jamie, which, you know, that's very impressive. And he's not quite the full 1 second, but he is going to make significant gains in his time. How many gains he's going to make? Only the single place. He was 0.7 seconds up, and it's only gained in 1 place. He'd probably be pretty devastated with that. Who stole on Ryan? All right, Combative Math, calm down.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you do pride yourself on being the world's premier racing commentator who knows absolutely nothing about racing. To be fair, you can have that title.
To say nothing, I think I've been doing it nearly 3 years. I've learned a little bit.
Again, seriously, again, it's all about the narrative, mate. Stop ruining it with facts, okay?
Yeah, but I like destroying your facts because it's funny.
Well, okay then, good. Ben Brown is in the pits, Ryan. He just retired back to the pits. What have we got left? 0, 0, 0, and you guessed it, 0 seconds left, Ryan. So it is going to be old Nicky Kraus, old Santa Claus himself. Old Uncle Nick taking that pole position.
Absolutely, and he's nearly a second ahead of the field, despite Dave Zalecki improving on his last lap. Old Nicholas has gone even quicker. Jimmy saying roof cam is best. Great view. You can sort of see all the way through the corners.
You like a chase camera, don't you?
In certain situations, I do.
Okay.
In certain situations. Right, but there we go. Qualification all done and dusted as we return to garage and get on the old timetables for confirmation of who's going to start at the top of the grid. And it is the big NK in the Porsche, car number 14, who takes pole position ahead of Dave Zalecki, Brandon Leach, Bernard Rietzma, Abizek Jar, Ben Brown, G Squared, Dan Birch, Kenneth Carstens and Tom Shipston making up your top 10 positions tonight. We got Mr. Rich, Cowie, Crinson, Dazzdad, Westcott, McFly, Dabrevsky, Barton, Prescott and Barwin making up the top 20. And beyond them we have Van Engelen, Waller, Messenger, Roughneck 1, Fridge, Payne, Clayton, Collins, Webb, Stevens and Frimode, Jamie, making 31 cars on the track this evening. But yeah, look at those splits, Jamie. Abizek Jar taking one of them, but Nicholas grabbing 2 of them.
Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. I mean, Nicholas actually improving his time at the end there as well. Mr. Rich just saying in the in-game chat, I think you're in the wrong league, mate.
Let's have a quick look at the amateurs and see how they're getting on. So
yeah,
it is Barwin top of the amateurs, ahead of Van Engelen, Messenger, Fridge, Payne, Clayton, Collins and Frimode. So a little 8-way battle there for the amateur drivers. And in the silvers, there's just 5 of them in Carstens, Westcott, Dabrevsky, Roughneck 1 and Stevens. So good to have these mini leagues going on as well as the overall as well. But there we go. That's your top 31 drivers this evening. Jimmy on the old socials this evening is a bit disconcerting that, like, NoobGamerz Live is sort of talking on the channels, and I'm not typing because he's all hooked up to all the socials tonight. I keep looking to be like, what did I type that? No, I didn't type that. But good job, Jimmy. You keep it going, my friend. But here we go. I think we're just about to go. We're waiting for the session to start. 1:52. It's not letting me pop into drive mode. Interestingly, Jamie. Let's hope that changes before we go live. Otherwise, we ain't going anywhere, people.
Yeah, it's working for me at the moment, mate. So keep going. Oh yeah, you've just got it like greyed out, haven't you?
Greyed out. It's not
I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Very
Good.
Strange. Very strange.
Okay. Quick little rejoin of the lobby, mate. Maybe?
Yeah, let's do that, shall we? Let's do that.
Come on.
That's a good shout. Great new software. Yeah, I think this is more the game, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't think we can blame the third-party tool. I don't think it's going to impact that.
Although now the third-party tool might have a head fit as I try and rejoin it back up. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. 30 seconds before race starts, the drive button lights up. Are you not in spec? Did you not join as a spectator?
Yeah, no, I was. We're all good. Okay. Let me connect back up.
Let me do it.
Connect back up. Straight into broadcasting mode. Boom, we're in. Don't worry, people. Come on.
Literally, like behind the scenes magic, right? I mean, no one else gives you that level.
Absolutely. Right then. So we're waiting, Jamie. 40 seconds. We're going to have an absolutely scintillating T1. Oh no, wait, because Roland starts.
Oh, Ryan, I've just learned who Kraus is.
Go on.
Kraus is the kind gentleman that's loaning us his broadcasting software.
Oh, so he should be good at this game.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Don't get that from Brundle, says Nash. If Brundle didn't even bother turning up this weekend, Nash. So at least Ryan turns up, yeah? Apart from Centre Parks week, but don't worry about that.
I'm here. And I'm going away in a caravan in a couple of weeks as well, Jamie. So
What? Just on your own for a bit of peace and quiet?
Yeah, I wish.
A caravan. I mean, we've got this whole unbelievably boring formation lap, Ryan, which we like to take the piss out of to talk about it. So tell us where you're going in a caravan.
Going down to Devon, just away for a week with the old fam while, we can go in non-school holiday times.
Yes, I would say absolutely make the most of that, as you know from my recent Legoland experiences. They hit the wallet, shall we say. Okay, so there we go.
I'm sure Jimmy will be by your side, Jamie, while I'm away, though.
Are you?
Well, hopefully.
Is that how it worked last time, or?
Yeah, well, you went away and Jimmy stepped in, so it's only fair that if I go away, Jimmy steps in, right? So that's how it works.
That's fine, yeah.
Here we go, though. We're underway. Rolling start, which, again, takes the fun out of it a little bit for us, doesn't it, Jamie? But hey-ho, we are where we are. More realistic, as the drivers like to have it. But an hour-long race at Leguna Seca, 31 cars. It's a track that I'd say most people know and love. So there should be no worries about people learning the track as they go along tonight, which means they should better concentrate on the close racing.
Can't you stream from your holiday? I can't believe Jamie didn't. He's just a voice. Yeah, I actually don't have a physical form, Combat Mass. I've evolved beyond that to just just a voice now, just floating around, which is a bit odd. Brian, did you see any of the big boxing match last night?
I didn't, because it was on at 3 a.m.
No,
but
any clips,
I've seen a few. I saw a great clip where obviously they wanted it to go the distance because it's better for the fans and they make more money and stuff. So I saw a clip of where Mayweather basically knocked him out.
Oh yeah,
and then held him up to be like, "Come on, keep going, mate. Come on."
Yeah, and so clearly, he could have dominated him if he wanted to.
I mean,
after the fight, all of the YouTube crew all claiming victory.
I mean, the stupid thing is, as you know, and most people who are, have half a brain, there are levels in sport. You can put two teams on the same pitch, you can put competitors in the same ring, but there are levels that if that person chooses to go to that level they're capable of, and the other person will never get there. I mean, he could have taken him out round one, no doubt. But he just didn't want
so much money. So much
yeah,
money
exactly. So he just rinsed the money. But they can think that they've won. But Mayweather knows, he literally could have destroyed him in round one if he wanted to. But he just didn't want to. Simple as that.
Here we go then, right. Back to this great boxing match in front of us now.
Absolutely. Trading punches left, right and centre here for victory. NoobGamerz Season 5. Someone is in the pits, early drive-through, or maybe starting from the pits. Interesting.
Yeah,
McFly. But here we go. Can we see Jamie and Ryan wrestle? I mean, let's do it.
Let's
Right,
do
here we
the
go
race
then.
first.
Underway.
Yep, good. All right.
I was just giving you the opportunity to take us underway,
Were
Jamie,
you?
but you've
I
not.
thought
you've
you'd
not
lost
snapped
connection,
it up.
mate.
No, you've not
Well,
snapped it up.
Well, you normally do the start, don't you? That was embarrassing for you. Zalecki, Ryan, hot on the tails of Kraus, but Kraus away very smoothly, unsurprisingly. So is he going to run away with this race? I mean, it certainly looks like it, based on the qualifying positions. Looks like the broadcasting tool is still having the same crazy first lap reshuffle of positions, Brian.
As well.
So it's a bit of a shame. Although Zalecki really pushing on Kraus here, Brian, early doors.
He is having a right old go, to be fair, which is pretty cool. So let's get a little bit closer on the battle here as they come around the first corner. Let's just jump on mid-pack quickly and get on the old helicam and see what's going on, because it is very, very bunched in the mid-pack, which is good to see. There's a few positions changing as someone goes off. It looks like, I mean, my guess is Daniel Crinson, because I recognise his livery, but I could be wrong. Let me just check in. No, it's not Daniel Crinson. Different livery this evening. But yeah, up the top, Dave Zalecki still just sat in behind. And to give the people what they want, Jamie, let's get on that old front splitter and watch this battle go.
That's what they want, clearly. Yeah. I like it. I mean, Zalecki keeping him honest, though. Absolutely no doubt. So what we don't know is if as you were just talking about with Mayweather, actually, whether Kraus is using his full potential, whether he's trying to give us a bit of a race here. Don't know.
Yeah, don't know. It's the first time we've seen him live on the track. But as you said, Jamie, Dave Zalecki keeping him honest and not too far behind. Brandon Leach and Rietzma having a great old battle as well as we go to that now. These two trading places for third and fourth at the moment. Abizek Jar not too far behind as well. So interesting stuff early doors, Jamie, as we, only 2 minutes into the race. So plenty of time still to go.
Yeah, Jar back in fifth then. Oh, my broadcasting software's crashed, Ryan.
Oh.
So
Quick, write some feedback for old Nick.
a little bug report. Can you do some live debugging whilst you're racing, mate? Actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, you crack on while I just try and get this working again.
Absolutely. So here we go. Kraus and Zalecki at the top, trading blows. They are very, very close to each other. And Dave Zalecki, as we said earlier, keeping him very honest for first place. Further down, though, battles between Cowie and Shipston as well for ninth place with Dan Bush. Just a little bit up the road that they'll be hoping to catch. And Daniel Crinson looking to get involved as well.
Zalecki spun.
Zalecki spun. Not good.
That's the last thing I saw as I was exiting the lobby, because that seems to be the only way to fix it. But I just saw him spinning, Ryan. So I want to pick up where he's ended up.
Yeah, disappointing. Disappointing for the man. Let's try and catch him as he falls down the grid. Have I caught him? I've caught him. Down in 13th place, 14th place now, 15th place now. So he's lost a serious amount of time. But there's a great battle brewing between 4th, 5th and 6th here, Jamie. We're on board with Ben Brown in 5th place at the moment. He's got Kenneth Carstens right up behind him in 6th place. And he's got G squared in his sights in front. So there are some fantastic battles up and down this grid at the moment.
Right, I'm back in. Yeah, he's looking good. Big shame for Zalecki, but it does, of course, give Cruz a lovely bit of clean air. Jar up to third, Ryan, as you said, hot on the heels of Rietzma. Rietzma, obviously, Ryan, let's not forget, had some absolutely fantastic performances in the past. A very, very good driver himself. But at the moment, Ryan, no one able to live with that Cruz pace.
Absolutely. Jimmy asking for a couple of clicks of game saying I've done that for you, Jim. Let me know if it's any better. I can always give it some more if we need to. But it's it's coming through pretty loud in my ears, so hopefully you guys can hear it coming through as well. But yeah, Ben Brown continues to hold off the advance of Karsten and Birch. Now, what I would say about Leguna Seca, Jamie, and it is only my limited racing experience, I am going to caveat everything I say with that this evening. There's not too many places to get some nice clean overtakes. You've got to be a little bit ballsy or rely on mistakes, I felt.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Where would you sort of be eyeing up, Ryan, as a possible moment to overtake?
Well, coming out of this next corner now, there's like a smaller straight just before the long straight that starts going up the hill. This is a good area where if you get the corners wrong, you know, people can take advantage of you. So if we just jump into chase cam quickly, obviously we're making our way up the hill now. So this is a great straight to make some gains again if you've not quite judged things properly. And also the tight little chicane like at the top of this hill, again, so easy to get wrong if you're not concentrating properly. And I feel
You can get out the inside, you can muscle through there for sure. And of course, coming over the start finish line, Ryan, a decent straight down to T1, you've got a nice chance. But yeah, not too many overtakes. Everyone's sort of running their own race in formation so far. Right, I need to try and change my...
We're on board quickly while you're having a mess around, Jamie, with Dad's Dad and Brandon Leach for 11th and 12th place respectively. They got Dan Crinson just ahead of them as well, in what is quite a bunched pack ahead of them, to be fair. Nashif, does anyone like to cover themselves in a sleeping bag and crawl on the floor pretending to be a snail? What a question, as we've got some argy-bargy between Daz's Dad and Brandon Leach, Jamie.
Yeah, a very close battling here. Nashif, you know, lots of kids do, I imagine. Does he mean us now? Probably as a kid we did that, right? We probably had to go with that, do you reckon?
Yeah, I would have thought so, yeah. Fairly standard practice in a sleeping bag as a immature person. I'm saying that correctly because immature adults and children can both do that.
Sure. Yeah.
Thanks, Nash.
Yeah, Jim. I mean, I'm not going to read out Jimmy, so there we go. Yeah, Leach putting some serious pressure on Daz's Dad here. Daz's Dad a solid driver though, right, isn't he? Very solid. All sort of around about the top 10. And actually, we see Leach go around the outside of the penultimate corner there, Ryan, and get the move done, making a mockery of your statement that you couldn't overtake there.
Absolutely, but you know, we do know the pace of Brandon Leach and what he does possess. So I think naturally, you know, give them 100 races, you know, I'm saying Brandon Leach probably wins 90 between these two. He's a very quick driver, and I think 11th place. I think he's probably had an early mistake or something, an early little coming together, because I feel like he should be higher up this grid.
Yeah, it could be. Absolutely could be. Zalecki picking his way back through the field. Ryan just took 19th from Barton, and now he's taken 18th from Mr. Rich, and now he's about to take 17th from P. Clayton. Ryan, he's on the march, trying to recover. Don't forget, was second place early on in this race.
Very much so. Just jumping onto the battle with Abazek Jar and Burner. Reesman Jar tries to go down a gap that quite simply was not there. That was very poor driving from Abazek Jar, and yes, I'm going as bold to say that straight off the bat. He had nowhere to go down the inside of that corner. That was way too aggressive to try and get the move done in what is, you know, Burner's a quick driver. There's no need to do it. 51 minutes to go, and Abazek Jar just drives off into the distance. And I'm saying, on my first look, Jamie, that is particularly poor.
You're calling Jar
Very
Jar's
much so.
Mistake there, Ryan.
Not a mistake. I'm not calling that a mistake. I'm saying that is over aggressive driving. The move was not there to be made. Ritzma pulled across the defender line. Abazek Jar went outside of the track lines to try and carry on going down the inside, and the gap just wasn't there. So, you know, I think that was particularly poor from Abazek Jar. And again, you know, that's only my first view of it, but that's what I'm saying.
Can we get some live stewarding, please, Jim? Can you jump in and dish out some penalties that Ryan deems appropriate, please, mate?
Yeah, I mean, what does everyone else think? Like, I thought that was very poor driving with Abazek Jar there.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't see it, mate, because of course the downside of ACC is that we're not looking at the same thing necessarily. So sometimes we miss things, and the stream is obviously a bit delayed for me. Yeah. So I didn't see it, but I'll take your word for it.
Classic Arsene Wenger. Ben Brown and Kenneth Carstens, though, going in for 4th and 5th place at the scene of the crime that was committed by Abazek Jar.
The murder.
The door was ajar and he went for the gap, says combating Mass.
Nash was busy imagining a giant duck egg, so...
Nice.
Good. Carstens, you're having a solid race there, Ryan. Car number 420, 204 ping, so he's brought that down a bit, but still pretty significant compared to others around him. He's got Dan Birch just in behind him, not very far. Dan Birch, of course, and Shipston in 7th. Pretty quick drivers as well. So any mistakes will be punished. which is a great makes for a great race. What doesn't make for a great race, unfortunately, is Kraus being superhuman out front currently with a 9-second lead.
Yeah. So I've just jumped on board with Shipston, who has got Birch and Carstens and Brown all in his sights. G Squared not too far up the road either. So again, you know, good close racing for some solid positions, and there's a big old spin.
Wow.
Big old spin.
Who was that?
That was Ben Brown, I believe, Jamie, taking a spin.
Browners, yeah.
And he is, you know, I couldn't see the contact from the angle that we had. It looked very innocuous. But yeah, Ben Brown now spinning backwards down the grid. Wow.
Benji's going to have some brown trousers after that one, right? I think, especially if he's in VR.
Absolutely. Tyler, I mean, he got up to second place in controversial circumstances, I will call them, Tyler, to try and be as...
Oh, is that... Has someone clipped it? Oh, great. So I can have a look now. So you're calling this as a Jar over-aggression moment,
Absolutely,
right,
I am, yeah. And I'm going to have a look back to see if my thought process was correct. I just thought he went... I thought he went outside the track to try and make a move that wasn't there, personally.
Yeah,
So
he
let's
gave
have a
me a
look at
right
his
little
name.
nudge on the back, didn't he? Yeah.
So Bernard comes across. Yeah, so I just don't think that move was there to be made.
Clinton was back up to 8th, Ryan, and he's just had another spin, all on his own making. Oh, actually, no, he does have Leach with him. So it looks like Crinson and Leach have had it coming together, right, on the pit straight. And it's cost them both, of course, but Crinson in the absolute wars today, Ryan, so far.
Yeah, absolutely is. Yeah, absolutely. Further down the grid, though, we've got a bit of Roughneck 1 currently with Bader Payne just sat in behind him. We've got a couple of different coloured flags knocking around, and there's a little touch from Bader Payne. We just snuck behind the trees, but Roughneck 1's not going to get away with that. Bader Payne drives on. So yeah, not good news catching the spins as we go to them. Back on board with Ben Brown, though, who's now recovered to 9th place.
Yeah, good battle for 4th, 5th and 6th again, Ryan. Carstens, Birch and Shipston. These three, you know, just going at it all race so far, Ryan. Great stuff up in the sort of mid-top 10 positions.
Yeah,
G squared up in 3rd, right?
Carstens
great
pulled
guns.
a little bit of a lead from Shipston and Dan Birch now. But Shipston is hot on the heels here. As we get nice, close and personal with this battle to give the fans what they wanted. We're on board with Birch. We look at the old rear splitter quickly. We can see Cowie in the distance in 7th place, just in behind as well. But it is going to get very close, I believe, between Shipston and Birch here for what is currently 6th and 5th place, with Carstens, as you said, just a little bit further up the road.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, Ryan, it's heating up in here. I might have to pop the old fan on soon.
Yeah, just catching up with the chat. Yeah, the gap was closing. Could argue, yeah, was it Birch? It wasn't Birch. It was Brown. Lefajar, who had overspeed. But hey, there you go.
Right.
Yeah, that's. Oh, sorry, Rietzman. That was it. Could argue that the gap wasn't there. I mean, that's my point, Jim. I thought I didn't think the gap was really there, and I definitely thought it was too risky to make it at the point, especially if it was like the final minute of the race and it was for position. I'd sort of go, okay, I can see why you went for it, but 50 minutes still to go. I just didn't think, that needed didn't need to be made. So.
What are you saying? Pop a little bit of brake on, just back out of it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Take the L.
Yeah,
come again next lap.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if he backs himself to be quicker, you don't have to force it through.
Okay.
That's my main.
Onid Racing, though, forcing themselves to subscribe, Ryan, with Prime subscription to the NoobGamerz channel. So thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Onid. Yeah, great to have you with us here this evening. Really do appreciate the subscription. Yeah, Tyler making a great point. They could argue till the cows come home. Jara's smarter than that, so could have waited. Yeah, I mean, hey, we could talk about it all day, as you said. But
when do the cows come home, right?
I don't know. I've not got a cow, so I wouldn't know.
What is their home as well? What sort of a cow's home?
Just a field, I guess. Paddock.
Just sort of a generic sort of field. Yeah. Paddock. It's more of a horse thing in the old paddock.
Yeah.
Great question, though.
It's a great question. We could debate that for hours as well, I would have thought.
Yeah, and I imagine we will.
We probably will, yeah. Probably will. Great camera work.
More premium material for the 6-hour endurance race, right? Note that one down. Pop that in the spreadsheet.
Yeah. Birch, Shipston and Cowie, though, Jamie. Carstens has now pulled out a little bit of a further lead on these three, and it is a great battle. as you said, in the sort of top 10 arena, and there's plenty of time to go.
Yeah, Birch has been a bit squiffy, actually, a bit squirmy, Ryan, under break-in. Doesn't look totally comfortable, but so far done just enough, positioned his car well enough to keep Shipston behind him. But it does feel like there might be a little mistake coming from Birch that costs him this place here, Ryan. Shipston just putting the pressure on, which is, as we know, what he does best.
Yeah, but it's all well and good Shipston looking forward. He's got to continue to look behind because Cowie has performed excellently in the last few weeks and months, has to be said, with this ACC Championship. He's been probably one of the drivers I've noticed getting better and better as the weeks have gone on. I'd say when we first started, again, I am sort of really testing my memory here, but I feel like Cowie was sort of top 15 competitor, and over the last few weeks he's turned himself into a top 10 competitor, really started improving in my opinion. So no mean feat to be keeping up with these boys, but I think he's deserved it over his performances over the last few weeks.
Well, as we see Westcott halfway facing the wrong way on the track there. Ryan, are you trying to tell me that the Cowies are coming home?
The Cowie might be coming home, hopefully more than 7th place for his sake, but yeah, great little battle here. Shipston going to bring home that top 5 as usual. I mean, that's always his aim, as you know.
Classic Shipston, isn't it? Like full-on classic Shipston. Yeah,
I like it. Louis Gooey's here. What did I miss, lads? Well, missed some murderous scenes. You missed some great banter about cows. I mean, Louis Gooey, so much.
I love that was your highlight.
Yeah.
A bit of cow punnage in the last 3 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, had a bit of a controversial one, didn't we, Ryan, with Jar and Rietzma. Little touch, Jar currently 2nd. Where's Rietzma ended up, Ryan? Has he gone?
24th at the moment. But he has done his pit stop already this evening. So there's
so
still
he
a
went
lot
in.
of pit
He
stops
went
to
in.
go. Yeah.
Only the one mandatory this season, Ryan, rather than the 2 of last season.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Do you think the boys and girls will be pleased to be back in the classic GTs, right? After some experiments recently.
Yes, exactly. Mass, have you guys looked at this product for ACC streams and position timings? Coach Dave Academy race sync live timings for ACC. I mean, it looks very slick, but doesn't that just do the same job as the normal one? I don't know. What have we got here? Track your competition, sets times, car brands, pit stops. Yeah, I mean, thing is, we're sort of getting approached with these things more and more. It's obviously quite a niche market, isn't it?
Very niche. I mean, that's just the timing thing, though, right? That doesn't help us with the broadcasting, of course, which is this one does the broadcasting. So,
absolutely.
Yes, I love this though, Ryan. We're getting pitch stuff. We're clearly tastemakers in the sim racing world.
Absolutely.
There's sort of, Jimmy Broadbent, that chick that is hot, so she gets loads of viewers that does racing, and us, really. That's sort of it, isn't it?
Absolutely. Breaking news, of course, Jamie. I did promise it to the viewers of a Hot Tub stream coming into the near future, and I'm proud to announce that the Hot Tub is situated now in the studio. It is ready to go. I just need to work out the electrical / keeping it away from water arrangements, and we'll be good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
G Squared's good to go, and he's passed Abhishek Jha, Ryan. They're side by side actually at the moment as they come around the first section of the lap here, and there's some great battling.
It is good, yeah. Nice to see Abhishek Jha using a gap that was actually there to try and get that last, which is good to see. But
he was in front. G Squared did momentarily take that position, right? But Jha's battled back, so whether Jha had a little incident that allowed G Squared to come up alongside him, maybe, but good close fighting there from those two.
Very good stuff. Nashift asking the important question, though. Doesn't want me in a hot tub. He's asking how the wife's hot tub pipe was. It was very good, Nashift. I was sort of the classic Insta husband, so I was called down while they were all in there. So, can you take some pictures of us for our Insta, all that sort of stuff? So there I was, on the phone.
Did you have to do like one on each of their phones?
No, just on one of the phones, luckily.
Okay.
But
was it your phone you decided to do it on? Or...
yeah.
Don't worry, girls. I use my phone, no problem.
Yeah,
you delete the photos after. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course I will.
Yeah, exactly. They're in one of those, padlock folders on the old phone.
You red lights on like you're recording a video or something. No. It's just what my phone does. Just sort of always on that one.
Yeah.
Critique combative mass. Is combative mass a dirty old man? Vote A for yes, or B for definitely yes.
I'm going to go for B, Jamie.
Correct.
For B.
Yeah,
right, these two are battling for position and trying
They
to battle
really
past
are.
back markers
Wow,
at the moment as well.
fantastic racing.
Is very close. G Square getting caught up a little bit more than
careful,
Abazek
Fred.
Shah there.
Yeah, he's
Ooh.
done it. He's done it. Yeah.
Close.
Do we want to become famous, Ryan? Quick question, yes or no?
Yes. What do I have to do?
All you got to do is buy some followers, primes, and viewers on bigfollows.com. So if you could just pop that, Jim, if you're in the chat, actually, if you could just sign us up for that right now, that'd be fantastic. What should we drop on it? A couple of grand? See where it gets us?
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
Okay, cheers. Thanks,
just got
Jim.
rid of it. I've just got rid of it. Don't worry. It's gone.
Oh,
It's gone nuts.
G squared run wide, Ryan. And that battle is officially over.
Disappointing. What else we got going on there? We got Kenneth Carstens. Well, look at this, Jamie. I don't know who's who in there, so we're going to go onto this camera so we can try and work it out. But we got Carstens coming through back markers. We got Shipston and Birch trying to squeeze through as well. It's all going off. So Carstens has well and truly been caught by Birch, Shipston, and Cowie here, and they're all trying to fight their way through.
Frimoed again.
Frimo is getting
the meat in the sandwich.
getting sick of it.
Yeah, the corned meat, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
G squared battling Ja. What is going on? I mean,
no,
it's great.
that's just a bit delayed, I think. Yeah, yeah. Carstens, Birch, Shipston, Cowie, Ryan. Fantastic stuff as they pick their way through that gaggle of back markers, right?
Yeah.
Really interested to see. They're actually going to come up on another one now. I think his name was Stevens. We'll find out in a sec. That was looking very squirmy when the leaders were passing. So could get tasty, Ryan, if he has some issues out on track and these four are racing each other and trying to pass him.
Yeah, this could get interesting, couldn't it? So let's get a little bit closer with these boys and girls as well. Daz's dad joining the fray as well in 8th place. So we've got Birch, Carstens, Cowie, Shipston, Daz's dad, all in the mix here for position. Daz's dad just a little bit further up the road, but he can, almost taste it. And it is poor old Stevens, Jamie, who's going to have to try and work out. So let's jump on board the old Helicam with Stevens here. And just watch how everyone tries to get past. Carstens tries to go first. That is not the way to do it at all. He's passed.
He's sniffing, Ryan.
They're all through.
Birch had to get on the brakes and scrubbed some speed because Carstens had to do the same, and it's allowed Cowie to close right back up, and Shipston as well. Daz's dad a bit further behind, Ryan, but Cowie were all over the back of these guys now. If anyone could get a decent run out of this last corner, they might have a good chance into T1, Ryan.
Absolutely.
If they're brave on the brakes.
Absolutely. So we're going chase cam quickly with Cowie. Shipston, what's happened to Shipston? He's fallen a little bit further behind. He's still there though, still knocking on the door, down in 7th place now. Was 6th earlier, but he's lost the position. But I guess the good news for him now is Carstens was further up the road when he was 6th. Now they're a lot closer together, so these four really are battling for position.
They really are. They really are. Right, Nash still going with the puns. Are you having this one? It looks as though he's cruising off into the sunset.
It's a great one. And Nash is doing himself proud.
You're having that, are you?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Right. Shipston coming straight back into it there, Ryan. Carstens just seems able to break a little bit out of this fight, doesn't he? But then gets reeled back in by back markers.
Yeah, I think, as you said, he's just got a tad bit more pace. But when it comes to crunching, he's got to make overtakes. Clearly, as we saw last time out, he made a little bit of a mistake, a little bit too eager to get past the back mark, and it cost him a little bit of time. So perhaps the racecraft of these three, perhaps showing a little bit finer when it comes to overtaking.
Yeah, absolutely. It does look like Cowie on Birch is the most likely move to be done at the moment. Cowie getting a lovely exit from the last corner, Ryan, and he's seriously right on the back of Birch now, right up his snuffer, Ryan. He's going to have a look here, surely.
He is. Birch doing the right thing and placing his car on the inside, though, didn't he? He knew what to do to hold it.
Speed. Got that straight line speed to keep Cowie at bay, Ryan. Cowie, I think if he's going to make this move, he's going to have to take a risk, Ryan.
Yeah, although again, to hark back to future things that past things, that we saw. There's still 35 minutes to go. There's no rush. He doesn't have to get it now.
Yeet it, yeet it. No,
we do like a controlled yeet, not one that likes to
yeah,
people off the track.
Such a politician. There we go.
This will be
yeah.
good though. Let's have a look at the old rear wing of Dan Birch here, and let's see how close Cowie gets when we start going through some of these corners. We don't really look at reverse cams very often. It's not one I bring out of the old trick bag very often, but this could give us some very interesting insight here. Louis Gooey though, Jamie, as ever with the breaking questions. The best crisp flavour? Well...
It's a good one, Ryan, because we've gone into some in-depth debates on food, but it's normally sweets or chocolates or things like, or biscuits, isn't it? It's very rarely savoury stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think we've done best crisp.
I'm going prawn cocktail or barbecue, but again, the barbecue is dependent on the crisp. So Texas barbecue Pringles, absolutely the one. Barbecue hula hoops, get out, put them in the bin. So it
this
really
is what I
does
mean.
depend.
You can't answer that because it completely depends on the crisp in question. Yeah. But have we ever done what's the best crisp? I actually don't think we have.
I don't think we have.
I can't believe we haven't done that.
I know. I don't think we have. Flaming Hot Monster Munch is a shout though from Jimmy. To be fair,
you don't like barbecue hula hoops?
I just don't. Yeah, the flavour not so good. Yeah, not so good. No.
I quite like them. Do you like the other sort of salt, vinegar and cheese and onion hula hoops, or are you only classic?
Cheese and onion can get in the bin, whatever type of crisp it is.
Just generally.
Flavour.
Okay. Well, you hate cheese. Yeah.
Salt and vinegar, barbecue, prawn cocktail, Worcester sauce. You know, get all those ones out though. They're all.
I'd say if I had to choose a overall sort of flavour of one of the main flavours, not going too niche, that could generically apply to any crisp, it would be salt and vinegar. I think overall.
I think for me it'd be prawn cocktail.
Yeah, that's fair. I do enjoy prawn cocktail.
Yeah.
You don't see a prawn cocktail as many places, do you? Though you know most crisps have got a salt and vinegar version. I'd say.
Absolutely. So yeah, there we go, Louis Gooey. Hopefully, I mean it's not Walker salt and vinegar though. We can all agree on that not being the best crisp. I think it's fair to say.
Well, I mean, I'll have a packet of Walker salt and vinegar. Would you?
They're not the best though. If you were on desert island, you could only have one packet of crisps. You ain't choosing.
No. I mean, McCoy's immediately, thanks to the rich nature, is better than Walker, surely.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But Pringles are the one.
Pringles are underrated. I feel like Pringles are underrated because they don't come in a traditional crisp bag.
Sorry, just jumped on board with Fridge. I saw a battle brewing, and it was more than a battle as two people find themselves on the side of the road. Fridge and Frimode are two nemesises, Jamie, with the same name in Project Cars, getting amongst it in each other. And Fridge ended up spinning and facing the wrong way in the middle of the road. Wow.
Sorry, man, just to quickly say, never interrupt me when I'm talking about crisps. Okay?
Yeah, but we have got some racing going on. Bada Payne as well in a battle as well. Oh no! There's a big takeout. Oh no! And they're both off the track, and then they're just trying to cut across. What are you doing, Bada Payne? He's taking out Brown, who's not having a good night of it as well. Fridge and Frimode in amongst it as well. Bada Payne, the Project Cars trio, all at it in ACC tonight with differing results.
Birch in the pits, right?
Wow, it is getting crisp on the track.
And Carstens, yeah, nice.
Tyler, I like it.
Carstens and Birch into the pits, right? Cowie and Shipston carrying on, so they've gone almost exactly half race distance. Let's see whether that strategy pays off, and Cowie and Shipston going slightly longer. Let's see if they feel like they need to come in next lap to cover off those pits.
Whoa! Frimo! Frim just coming sideways out of the corner, and then there were two. Wowzers, that was some interesting fun there. Anyway, what else we got going on? We got McFly and Roughneck 1 going neck and neck, Jamie. There's loads of little mini battles all over the place at the moment. Oh no, that's not McFly, sorry. G Squared trying to make the path a little bit of a coming together between the two of them. I don't know where to look. There's loads of gap markers flying up all over the place at the moment, and it's all good fun.
I'm still on with Shipston and Cowie actually, Ryan, because it's still super close between these two, fourth and fifth. And I'm interested to see whether they're going to come in the pits next lap or try and do a longer first stint. This is flavourable, says Tyler. Brown like his pants, says Gabad Mass. Bring the pain, says Nashift. Lovely stuff. Great work, everybody. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we're on board with Tom Shipston, though, Jamie. On the old front splitter again, the camera that people seem to love tonight, as he gets close and personal to Mr. Cowie, Jamie. Oh, he's gone past as Cowie goes in the pits. disappointing.
Sorry, Mass, that's quite a good one. Let's see if Ryan gets this. McFly trying to reach 88 miles an hour.
I mean, I'm guessing that's like a Back to the Future type.
Yeah.
But
well done,
for
mate,
me,
well done.
if I'm making McFly puns, it's always going to be the band because that's more
Yeah.
relevant to my, my life.
Your life, Jesus. All right.
Never
You're part of
watched
McFly fan
never
club,
watched
mate.
Back to the Future. It's like you
What?
got to be
Why
like
did you know that then?
because because people have mentioned it on the stream before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, never really watched it. Don't really have an interest in it.
You've never watched the Back to the Future films?
No,
ever?
it's a bit too old, isn't it? Like I'm quite young, Jamie, as you know. So I like to watch modern, young, youthful stuff.
Sort of modern, sort of modern films. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, like the Fast and Furious franchise or something.
Yeah, exactly. Favorite McFly song? Probably go Stargirl, Jimmy, as a song. So there you go.
Stargirl, thanks.
Stargirl.
Give us a little quick verse of the chorus.
Not
make
going
sense.
to do that because you
Okay.
spoke incorrectly. So can't do that.
I did. I'll own that. I'll work on it.
Yeah.
Try and sort of go for self-improvement and all that. What you fancied your teacher, Ryan? I don't know what that means. Combative maths.
Fancy
What's the
my
context of that?
teacher. Did I? Have I ever fancied one of my teachers? I don't think I.
You definitely have, Anderson.
Have I? No, I didn't fancy her. Our friend Planners did.
Hack.
I don't know who that was.
You definitely wouldn't have turned down Anderson.
Yeah, but it's
100%.
a bit weird, isn't it, teacher? When you're.
Well,
like
I'm not saying it's not
30,
weird
like,
or highly illegal. I'm just saying, don't lie on stream live.
I'm not lying. Yeah, I'm not lying.
Favorite Backstreet Boys song? Obviously,
yeah.
obviously I wanted that one.
Backstreet's back. All right. That one, whatever that one is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, surely it's I Want It That Way.
Is that it? No, Everybody is the one. Who's better, Backstreet Boys or Five? Go.
Surely it's that one.
That's quite a good one.
Backstreet Boys or Five?
Yeah.
I mean, Backstreet Boys, obviously.
Obviously not, Jamie. Five.
Name one Five song.
Everybody Get Up.
Other than that, they're one hit.
But that's it's the best boy band song. See, look, the chat agrees. Jimmy, Five. Combative Mass, Five. They know.
What about Boyzone? That's sort of like
Boyzone are a bit soppy, aren't they? No, a bit too soppy.
S Club 7.
Absolutely all over S Club 7, Jamie.
Are boy bands really a thing anymore? Sort of now One Direction's given up the ghost.
JLS was sort of the last boy band. One Direction, I guess, boy band.
There's the big Korean ones and stuff, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What are we doing? What's happened?
E17, I would say.
E17.
Wet. Oh no, what? No, that's wet, isn't it? I'm thinking of not E17.
Wet. We are. This is getting random. Now, isn't it? Yeah. I love that you're like, I don't watch Back to the Future. I don't like old stuff. I'm super modern.
Yeah.
Big fan of wet though.
Hang on. Back to the Future is like, when did that come out?
Okay.
Back to the Future, 1985, Jamie. I wasn't even
when
born.
Wet going?
Wet. Released. I mean, they.
1982.
Yeah, but
they started.
but.
So actually earlier than Back to the Future.
Yeah, but when was their best that song that they did? What was it called?
Yeah.
Let's look at the old discography. I'm going to be here too long. We should really talk about the racing, but I feel like I need to put this right.
Nash, Boys to Men, pretty good to be fair.
Yeah, Boys to Men.
If you're in the mood for that sort of thing, that's the one. To be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I give you that. Anyway,
Best rapper, Ryan. Best rapper.
Best rapper.
Yeah.
Favourite,
obviously.
I mean, I could always listen to Eminem. It has to be said.
Yeah, he's a classic. Yeah, of course.
Could always listen to him, whatever the
Anyone
nature.
else?
I do like Mike Shinoda. That's just
Shinoda.
That's just a personal favourite of mine.
Okay, never heard of it.
Jay-Z, good shout as well. To be fair,
Yeah.
Mike, you know, everyone knows Mike Shinoda.
Would I?
You don't know him by the name, but you definitely would have heard one of his. He's the rapper in Linkin Park.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it might be. Do you remember? I remember when that Jay-Z Linkin Park hybrid album came out. You were obsessed with
top
that.
5 album
You
of all time.
I remember you literally played that non-stop for years.
I still listen to it now.
It is good, to be fair.
So good. So good. Right. Anyway, enough about rap battles. We're on about car battles. As Nikola Dobrevsky takes on T. Barwin, Jamie, two newer drivers in 16th and 17th place respectively, going at it here, and we don't know what to expect from these two.
Correct. Yeah. Give me the numbers again. 17th and 16th. Yeah. Daniel T. Barwen. That is a great name. That is a great name. A very prestigious family. I think that is the Barwens. And Nikola Dobrevsky is also an equally Nicola. Yeah, just make sure I get that right. An equally prestigious name, Ryan. I'm loving this. 16th and 17th here, though. It is close. Dobrevsky, I think I remember seeing fairly higher up in the order earlier on in the race, Ryan. So maybe with some pace. Let me just check their best laps during the race. So Dobrevsky's done best lap 125.4, Barwen 125.9. So half a second, not a huge amount of difference. I mean, for context, the leaders, I mean, Kraus, can we even count him? He's done a 22.9, just snuck in the 22s there,
Do you think
right?
he's hoping to use that as bargaining power for this deal?
It seems like it. Yeah, no, it does seem like it. And a lot of 23s and 24s. So 25 actually sort of probably about right their positioning based on their sort of overall pace run, I'd say.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So yeah, Dobrevsky and Barwen are going at it here for 16th place. Obviously with pit stops all over the place, Tom Shipston is currently the leader of the race, but Jamie, he's not yet pitted as I understand it.
Correct.
So that will change as Nicholas Cruz has obviously done his pit stops, and most of the top boys actually, if we just look at the leaderboard, it's just Shipston actually yet to pit from basically the whole grid, to be fair. So Shipston perhaps employing slightly different tactics to try and get a jump on someone.
It is actually Kraus, we should probably just clarify. Not Cruz. I know we've been saying that, but it is actually Kraus. But that doesn't work as well. Cruz would be better because then we can sort of riff on all the Tom Cruise movies that we know. But it's definitely not Mission Impossible for Kraus tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
for example.
Yeah, you could go for days with it.
That's what I mean. But it is unfortunately Kraus. So if he could sort of change that for us next time, that'd be fantastic. Good. Dobrevsky just dropping back a little bit, Ryan. Now from Barwen, although Barwen coming up, actually just being lapped. They've just been lapped, so that's probably why they've split out slightly. Ryan, let's get on with. Can I interest you in the Zalecki-Rietzma battle? Normally you'd expect this to be for a podium, but Ryan, at the moment it's for 10th and 11th place, but it is as hard as it ever was.
And that's what we like to see. Rietzma and Zalecki going at it, as you said, normally custodians of the higher echelons of the grid, but at the moment 10th and 11th respectively as they battle for position. Dave Zalecki looking very racy early doors, had that spin, and Berno Rietzma was murdered live on stream. So both of them have had their downsides in the race tonight, but they're going to be enjoying the race between each other at the moment.
Well, you're calling Rietzma the great victim of a tragic crime earlier, Ryan. That's basically what you said.
Yeah.
Whereas Zalecki has been the author of his own downfall, Ryan, spinning twice so far. But he's looking super racing. Zalecki's been so quick in across all of the ACC seasons we've done, Ryan. A very solid, quick driver, I'd say, and generally very fair as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Looks like Dave Zalecki's going to have a little nibble down the inside. He thought about it. Didn't quite have the pace, though, so he's just sat in behind for the time being. As we get a view as they come down the hill.
This is happening, right? It's got to be happening.
It's got to be, isn't it? It's got to be.
Much better drive down the hill. And I think Rietzma probably sensibly thought, look, there's no point in me fighting this much more.
Yeah.
We're both losing more time than we need to, so let's not battle too much more.
Absolutely.
What's going on in the chat, Ryan? Name of your sex.
Jamie, do you want to hear my Batman impression?
Is this a joke or is this a real thing?
No, do you want to hear my Batman impression?
Yeah.
Up, up and away!
Was that okay? All right.
Oh, it's not worked. I tried tricking you. It's not worked. Never mind. I saw it earlier.
No, sorry, I was distracted by the fact that Zalecki's team name is Dave the Rave, which I'm absolutely loving. Now that is a team. That's a team name, right?
Oh, hang on. Philip Barton nearly causing a problem.
Cheeky.
Nearly causing a problem.
Barton's like, this looks like a good parking spot for the supermarket. This will do.
Yeah, Nash, combative mass. They've let me down there because you're meant to say that's Superman, and I say, oh, thanks, mate. I've been working on it a very long time, but you were sort of engrossed in everything.
Oh, sorry. No. Good. Where is Leguna Seca, right? Do you know?
That's a great question. Used to be. Used to be sponsored by Mazda, didn't it? Used to be sponsored by Mazda. I think it's American.
Not really what I asked you. It is, yeah, good, yeah, nice. That was a little test there.
Yeah.
And you got it. Any ideas what state it's in?
I'm gonna go for
One of the big ones, one of the main ones, one of the proper ones.
California.
California, yeah, it is. No, nailed that, to be fair.
Boom.
What a mate.
Smashed it. There we go.
Good little test that was.
Good little test that I passed with flying
Absolutely.
colours.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Leech effed, says Jimmy. I'm just cleaning up his language for him now. Where's old Leechy, Rye? What's happened to him?
Don't know. Let's jump on board and quickly and see what has happened to him.
Oh,
He's in 11th
he's still
place.
there. He's still in 11th, yeah.
He's still there.
So Zaleki's gone. I mean, he's made the move and he's absolutely gone, right? Gone down the road. No problemo. Battle's drying up a little bit, Ryan, would you say now, as people finish their pit stop? Shipston running very long here. The thing that concerns me about Shipston, Ryan, is that his best lap's 124.2.
Yeah.
Which is okay, obviously, but there's a lot of guys who've been in the 23s in that top 10. So is Shipston, in running longer, having to sort of limit his pace a bit to make the tyres last? And if so, what's his sort of end game here? What's his plan, Ryan?
Yeah, I don't know what his plan is. Maybe he's hoping that, Kraus is going to get stuck in traffic or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know what his plan is. But at the moment, I don't feel like his plan to win the race is working. But he's going to have a good old chance of getting a decent top 5, I would have thought.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he's not thinking of winning it, given the pace of Kraus Cruz. But, yeah, top 5 absolutely on for shippers. The C word is a bit later than 9. What time does it have to be before you can use the C word?
Well, we've got to be careful tonight because we are on YouTube and we are on
not gonna say
Facebook tonight. So,
Yeah.
we're just keeping it clean tonight, Jim.
Is there an official C word time? That's all I'm asking the guys out there, right?
I
I don't want to say it.
I don't
I'm not asking
think,
to say it.
I think, isn't it just bundled in
Well,
with all the
apparently
other
not.
swears?
That's what they're saying. No, that's what they're saying to me.
Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. I'll let him off. Right, what else we got going on here? We got a bit of Dan Birch, Jamie, and he's got a
Birchall's.
few different people for company. He's just made a couple of passes on some back markers of Fridge and Dabrowski.
Okay.
Barwin's now further up the road on Dabrowski now, so that battle's sort of gone for the time being.
Oh, don't blame them. I mean, there's 30 other guys out there, right?
Yeah, Lord Westcott as well.
Yeah,
got
the
a little
Lord
bit
himself.
of a gap going on. You've got Shipston. I was going to say a really bad turn
Go
of
on.
phrase there, but Shipston is behind him trying to catch. Definitely not trying to come up the rear.
Nah, I mean, we say that a lot in sim racing, Ryan. It's fine. It's allowed, that one. What do you think Lord Westcott is a lord of?
I hope it's one of those like really small like Scottish Highland
bought
bits.
it
Like, he's
on
bought it for
eBay.
like 50 quid or something. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it definitely is that. A laird. He's a laird of a piece of grass in Scotland.
Yeah, exactly.
Classic. Toot though, Ryan. We haven't mentioned Toot once tonight, I don't think, in the race. He's currently 18th, having a lonely race, but solid from Toot. Solid sort of mid-pack. His team name, Ryan, Nick's Boys, which is troubling at best, I would say.
Troubling at best is a great way to describe it, yeah. But to be fair, 18th place, solidly mid-pack.
Solid.
I think he'd be happy with that. I think he would be happy with that.
Yeah. No.
When's
That's
Shipston coming in the
pretty
pits
solid.
then, ladies and gents? When's he thinking?
Does he know that he has to have a pit, right? That's the
Well,
question.
it'll be pretty obvious on the leaderboard because there's a big old orange,
Yep.
mark next to his name.
Yeah, and he's a clever boy. Last lap for Shipston, 124.9. Kraus, 123.3. So, I mean, he's eating that gap, which you would expect, of course. Quicker, generally, probably anyway. Fresher tyres, I mean, it's expected. But Shipston, sort of, I'm not sure. How's his lap times compare to the guys he's fighting? I mean, G-squared 4 lapping actually a pretty similar pace to Shipston, so he's not particularly losing out there to the fresh tyre advantage. Cowie 25, Dan Birch 25. So actually Shipston slightly extending his gap with the long overcut strategy here. So could potentially be sealing him a nice top 5 position, right? Although his last lap there was a 126.1.
Yeah, he's in amongst
traffic.
it.
He's in amongst the traffic, but that's okay. So if he pits now, Ryan, he'd have a decent chance of that top 5, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But 15 minutes to go. He'll have to pick his moment correctly. We won't divulge too much into the high school banter being discussed on
No, I'm
the
not getting
channel.
involved.
Come on now,
No,
boys and
definitely not
girls.
getting
Let's
Visionary
be a
obviously
little
not
bit
listening
sensible.
earlier, Ryan, when I kept telling you don't ruin the narrative with facts. Come on. It's all about drama. Sport's all about the drama, the narrative, the story, Ryan, the through line. Yeah? The plot.
Yeah, and what's the story of Shipston tonight, then, Jamie?
Well, when's he going to pit? The story of Shipston tonight, brave young racing driver tries ambitious alternative strategy to turn the tables on his rivals with greater machinery.
I mean, off the cuff, you've done well there, to be fair.
Can make that a film, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. High school. Yeah, the high school. Do you wish you could have gone to an American high school for a year, right? Just sort of see how different it
Absolutely.
was.
And you
You
know
do.
what?
You would have loved it actually, wouldn't you? Yeah.
One of
you would have loved it.
my ambitions used to be, and I did actually make some applications back in the
Oh,
day. One of
okay.
my ambitions was to be a football coach at an American high school, and I did actually apply for some roles a long time ago to
Really?
try and get over there and coach.
Any
So I
luck?
just think I had a few like emails back and forth, but nothing
Okay.
nothing transpired from it. But I just feel like the coaching environment and the way they do their sports in schools is just fascinating. Like,
It's a
love it.
massive thing, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
totally different. Totally different. Yeah, I sort of meant, actually in high school though, in your school years, I think.
Yeah, because obviously everything just turns into like High School Musical. People jump on the tables and dance. And
Well,
sing.
I
That
wasn't
works,
thinking
isn't it?
that, but you were quite a fan of sort of the American culture and stuff, weren't you?
Yeah.
Generally, so
Yeah.
I think you would have loved that for a year. Just go do like a cheeky year exchange student. Of course, as the British guy in America as well, you'd be absolutely mopping up, right? Oh, sorry, just mopping up the tables, to
Mopping
get a
up the
little
tables,
part-time
yeah.
job, I meant.
Yeah,
Little
absolutely.
cheeky part-time job. There we go.
I was a footballer like you, then I took a centre back to the knee. Yeah, that'll do it. I took a goalkeeper to the leg, which made me break my wrist horrifically. So we've all got our injuries, Louis Gooey, from football. Yeah, we've all got
Jimmy said you would have got injured walking to the plane.
it. Yeah, coaching.
Got a
Come on,
stitch going up the stairs.
coaching's different to playing now. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Nashif got a stitch going up the stairs. I mean, Ryan, to be fair, I did see you subbed on with like 5 minutes to go, get a stitch and have to come off again.
Yeah, look, that was in the sort of worst part of my career for the football.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
we've
okay.
all had
Don't worry
bad
about it.
times. We've all had
Of course we have, Ryan. Of course we have. But yeah, struggling for battles here, Ryan, as we approach the latter part of this race, which is a bit of a shame because it's been pretty good so far. It is calming down from a very close battling perspective right now. Really, the main question on everyone's lips is when is Shipston going to pit, and where will he come out? Sorry, last lap 1:24.3 from Shipston, only 0.2 off his best lap, Ryan. So running very well, you have to say, on this longer strategy.
Absolutely. Nashif, just to clarify his comments, we were on the same team the 2 times he lobbed me while I was in goal. One was from 30 yards and the other was with a header. So Nashif scored some fantastic own goals against me, playing it. And Jimmy, yes, once I was beyond the age of 19, it was Saturday afternoon football, just to clarify that. But pre-19, I was a hot young prospect, and then I got injured and I gave up, and I'll always regret it. But let's not talk about that now.
Are you saying to me right now, if you hadn't picked up that injury, you'd be a Premier League footballer?
No,
right now?
but I'm saying I would have been bare minimum semi-pro.
Okay.
And I would always think that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Bare minimum
semi-pro, because I was playing for the county as scout. I was in the right place at the right time until I broke my wrist. And then what happened was, I was 16. Cars came along, girls came along. I could have got fit and got back into it, but I thought quite like spending time with my girlfriend actually, so I'd rather do that. And I'll always regret doing that because I should have just got fit again.
Yeah.
Went back to the county team, went back to my team because they were like ringing me like, "You coming back?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I might do," and I should have just done it.
You could have been absolutely loaded now, Premier League player in a mansion.
I was
Instead you're here.
I was never that
Instead
good.
you're here
but
with these sim racing nerds.
I was good enough to have been paid something for playing football at semi-pro level, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
are you still with the girl now?
I'm
Says
not.
Ollie.
I'm
Absolutely,
not with the girl,
definitely
no.
not.
No,
So
absolutely not.
good.
Kyle Roach still thinks he's semi-pro. No, he's always thinking about semis. I think that's the difference there with Roach now. Shift.
Right, little child issue, Ryan. Back 2 secs.
No worries. We jumped on board with Berno Rietzma, who's got Abizek Jar for company. Now, we've seen this battle before, and it ended in tears with the Rietzma. Now, Jar obviously trying to make the pass because he is in 3rd place ahead of Berno at the moment. But I get the feeling, because of the earlier incident, old Rietzma might not be so courteous as to let the great Abizek Jar pass this time around, which is why I'm keen just to keep an eye on it. Oh no, to be fair, there's a little bit of door banging there, and Berno actually comes off worst. He really didn't want to give that place up, to be fair to him, but there we go. He has a controller. He does have a controller indeed. I did score some good own goals, but I saved some too. Me and Furley sent about partners for life. Yes, I mean, you know, and I was speaking to Tom about football yesterday in that shift, as I do regularly, given he is family to me now. But yeah, he's a good lad. What's the pressure, Louis Gooey? Bold claims. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to get to semi-pro now at the grand old age of 33, but when I was, 16, I was a hot young prospect. These two aren't treating each other nicely. No, Tyler, they are not tonight. And to be fair to Berno, like, I'd probably be the same if it was me. Like, I would have, but that's just because I'm
What's going on?
competitive. Oh, well, Jar just tried taking over Berno for position, because, not for position, sorry, as he was lapping him. And suffice to say, Berno didn't make it as easy as he could have done for the pass, so to speak.
Maybe he agrees with you, Ryan, about the previous incident.
Yeah, potentially. Jimmy harking back. I remember once played rugby for Stroud when I was about 11. Got the ball and ran like F to score a try. Best try ever, apart from the fact it was over my own try line.
Can you imagine Jimmy doing sport, right?
He does badminton and he does handball.
Handball, yeah. Handball, it's funny. I meant to say this to Jim the other day. It is weird, like, it's sort of missed England by a bit. I know Jimmy plays it and there are some leagues, but it is absolutely massive in Europe, handball.
Yeah.
We're doing a project at work for a handball stadium for the World Cup, the Handball World Cup or something.
Yeah.
And they're spending like 400k on the speaker system. Like, it is serious stuff. Like, it's massive. I had no idea.
Yeah, handball's a big old game. There's even licensed computer games for it as well.
Is there?
Yeah, it's absolutely mad. Yeah.
Oh, we've got to have a go at that.
They didn't get rated very highly. We're just on board with Shipston though, Jamie, who's coming out the pits, who caught him at the right time. So we're going to see once the leaderboard does catch up where he comes out. He's looking to be 3rd or 4th. I think he's just pipped G squared to position.
Great stint.
I know he hasn't pipped G squared to position. He's 4th. Okay.
He's 4th. He's somewhere behind G squared, probably about 4 or 5 seconds. 4 seconds, yeah. Okay. Great stint though, Shipston, because let's not forget he was 6th before the pit stops.
Yeah.
So he
7th
has jumped
at one point
himself.
actually. He was 7th at one point.
Yeah, so he has jumped himself into that top 5, and he is going to be fresh and raring to go now, Ryan, in 4th place, 4 seconds behind G squared. So a great long stint from Shipston.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done very well. And according to the new dashboard we've got access to, Jamie, apparently at one point he started 10th, so he's gained 6 places from qualifying.
Let's have a little look at this. Okay.
NoobGamerz Handball League.
Shipston.
Well, you know, Shipston, yeah, apparently.
It says 8th on mine, and he's gained 4 places.
Oh. Yeah, mine says 10th and he's gained 6th. So a little bit more feedback on this tool. Yeah, got different times.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, you know, good.
It might have been because I had to leave and join back in, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Right then, 6.5 minutes to go, Jamie. As you said, the battles have sort of eked themselves out a little bit now.
Although
much
Cowie is relatively close to Shipston, Ryan, and he is starting to put pressure on Cowie. So he's seen Shipston jump him in the pits, and now he wants to get that place back.
Okay, let's see.
Could be a good end to the race
then.
there.
Yeah, here we go. So 4th and 5th, Shipston and Cowie. Cowie has had the bit between his teeth all night long, and as you said, Jamie, he has got in front of Shipston at some points in the race, but finds himself behind now with just under 6 minutes to go. Who's your money on, Jamie?
To take this 4th place, I think Shipston. Actually. because he's just so consistent and solid, Ryan. Of course, he's made the odd mistake in the race, the many races we've seen, but overall, Ryan, you'd argue he's, if not the most, but certainly one of the most consistent and safe drivers we've got.
Yeah, that's fair. Just to make a point of difference, I'll go Cowie just to see what happens. But I do sort of agree with you, to be fair, though. I think Shipston will take this. But, you know, as I say, Cowie's been very, very good at improving over the last few weeks.
Sure.
Turned himself into a great racer now. So, you know, let's not rule him out too early.
Zalecki Rye, 11th place.
Let's have a little look, shall we? Who's he battling with, Jamie?
It's Mr. Rich, and they're just coming through some traffic. So Mr. Rich, currently the owner, the purveyor of the final place in the top 10, Ryan. That coveted position, 10th place, Mr. Rich. Sorry, I should say ... Mr. Rich. He's popped a couple of dots there for us, just so he stands out. It's well, car number 1, Ryan. He's you know, he's gone for that, to be fair. But Zalecki, we know the serious pace he's got. If Zalecki hadn't spun himself off a few times tonight, he would be right up in that mix, Ryan.
I feel like this race between these two is going to be a lot different than Shipston and Cowie. I think it's only a matter of time before Zalecki finds his way through. Mr. Rich with the mistake, actually, and Zalecki straight through. So there we go. That's that one.
Okay.
Back to Shipston and Cowie, though. Question from Louis Goo. When are we going to see racing? Well, I nearly wanted to go for this season because I love the track selection and the car.
How do you think you'd have done?
Suit me. Still not very well. I reckon, like, I don't know.
Top 20?
Maybe. Maybe. Mainly because I keep it on the track. And don't go off very often, and other people do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was close to, but you know, work time, family, all that sort of stuff. You know, didn't really give me the time to practice that I would have liked. And you're like me, Jamie. You know, if you're going to do it, you want to do it properly. I don't think I could have, you know, committed to it properly to do that. Plus, you know, a little chat with you and Jimmy, and it prevailed that Jimmy wasn't able to step in for 4 weeks, so that sort of made the decision for me, really, just to crack on and keep the stream rolling.
Sure.
But anyway,
you'd hate to let the boys and girls down, Ryan. That's the sort of guy you are.
Absolutely. Racer's here, though. Welcome, Racer. Great to have you here. Only 3 minutes left. A little bit on the late side, but you know, we could have an interesting one here between Cowie and Shipston. Although it looks like Shipston, to be fair to him, Jamie, is definitely making the most of it.
He is, but you know, we're getting some backmarkers here, Ryan, and we have seen, of course, a backmarker can always mix things up. Although they got past Clayton pretty well, but they've got a string of backmarkers coming up now. So, and actually, we can see there, look, Shipston being held up by one in particular. So Cowie, he's you know, don't rule him out. There's a chance, but I'm going to stick by my original plumping for Shipston.
Yeah, no, that's a good shout, to be fair. But it does look like Nicholas Krause is going to take the victory here, barring a monumental error with Abhishek Shah in second place and Shipston, Jamie, in third. So how is he suddenly third? What's happened to who was third, Jamie?
G squared.
G squared is
now 14th.
Oh, G squared. What a failure that is on his part in the final few minutes then. That is not good news for him. So Shipston, after all that, Jamie, is just going to snap up a cheeky podium, which is, you know, classic Shipston. Consistent, mopping up on mistakes, grabbing a podium.
I mean, he's proved it right there, hasn't he? Just taking advantage of mistakes. He's put his car in the place it needed to be to take advantage of others' mistakes, and he's done it yet again. Ryan, pop quiz. How long is the Leguna Seca track in miles? Closest guess.
2.1.
Oh, Jesus, that is close.
Is it?
That is very close. 2.238.
Oh,
yeah,
that's not bad.
I'm giving you that, mate. That is super close.
That's not bad.
I was going to put it out to chat, but you got so close on. I couldn't hide my reaction. We sort of gave it away.
Yeah. G squared. What's happening here, son? More like half a G. Oh no.
He's no one's G tonight. Daz's dad, though, having a right go at the rear end of Birch here, Ryan. Daz's dad now up in 6th place, driving fantastically. Birch in 5th, and Daz's dad got some serious pace here, trying to push onto him.
Yeah, we're going down on the old splitter cam, which we've known and loved this evening. Whoa! I got a little bit close there. I wonder what was going to happen. I thought we were going to get the rear end of a car right in our face live on stream here. But the brakes prevailed and they just about got away with it. But yeah, Daz's dad is trying to do his best to catch up Dan Birch. But quality driver Dan Birch. He'll have to do something magic to get past here, I reckon.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. but he's putting the pressure on for sure, Ryan. Right, you'll never get this one. Pop quiz.
Go on.
What's the elevation change in feet of the Leguna Seca track?
Problem is with that question, I don't care. That's the problem with
do you
that
care
question.
how long it is?
Yeah, but that's relevant because you can sort of feel like what the lap time lengths are going to be and all that sort of stuff.
Okay. But
I've
the
left-
elevation is quite extreme here, isn't it? Because we go up quite high and quite low, don't we? So what's the low to high?
I couldn't even
Feet.
give
Okay.
you a starting point for that question, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Just got a new tablet. Best games, please, says Jimmy.
I
Ryan,
did
you love a
watch.
mobile game, didn't you?
I did watch Dr. Disrespect trying out Call of Duty Mobile earlier on today,
Oh, my goodness.
and he said it was actually pretty good, and it looked all right.
Okay.
To be fair, he's playing on our tablet. So yeah, maybe try that, Jimmy.
Go for it, Jim.
Well, there's
McFly is going for it, Ryan, in 16th place. He's right alongside Barn. He smashed into Barn, Ryan. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I know you're not watching that, but
I just
he
flicked
was
to it.
trying to make the move, Ryan, and he took way too much curb. It sent his car flying, and he couldn't control it. Slammed into the side of Barton and slammed McFly back off the track. Barton able to carry on and maintain that place, although it has put him under serious last lap pressure from Toot, Ryan. Is Toot going to get the move done on the last lap? He's gone all 4 wheels off the road, and he's had to dig back on. Are you on with him?
Ooh, I am now.
There he is, last corner. Is he going to have a dive right? He's going to yeet. He's listening to the stream. Yeet!
Oh yeah!
Oh, Toot, come on. That's not a yeet.
Oh,
That's a takeout.
Toot.
Don't cross the line, Toot.
He has.
I feel partly responsible for that, right?
Yeah. Jimmy,
I
in
didn't think he'd
serious
really do
thing
it.
though, Call of Duty Mobile, get Steam Link on there. Obviously get the Xbox app for the old Game Pass on there as well, and that'll give you enough games for forever, I think.
What about Stardew Valley or those sort of games you like, right? They might
Stardew
be
Valley,
quite good
yeah.
on a tablet.
Yeah, Stardew Valley, very good game just in general. So yeah, get on board with that, Jimmy.
That sort of thing, you know?
Exactly. Right. Old Nicholas, Jamie, he's done the deed.
Yeah,
Got
he's
it done.
delivered the gifts, delivered the presents, old Saint Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah. The boys and girls of the world are happy, Ryan.
Jim, the best game on tablet, of course, is Football Manager, Football
Mobile,
Manager Touch,
yeah.
or Football Manager Mobile.
Yeah,
So,
Jim's a big fan, so
yeah, and again, that's on Game Pass, so you don't need to worry about it. Get
yeah,
Football Manager
easy,
Touch,
isn't it? Free.
Get on it, yeah, you'll be fine.
No
'Cause Jimmy
problemo.
loves Football Manager. Race done. We're waiting for official confirmation of the standings here this evening. But at the WeatherTech Raceway at Laguna Seca in California, we had a very interesting race, Jim. I enjoyed that one tonight. Lots of action all over the place. Simulation Station is not a happy boy. Yeah, I mean, what happened, G Squared? Come on, talk to us, my friend.
How G squared is it?
It's G
Oh no.
Squared, yeah, talk to us. What happened? We want to know how you went from 3rd to 14th. Where did you actually finish in the end? Yeah, you're not even on there anymore. What happened? Tell us. But yeah, Jamie, I'd say that was a good race tonight.
Good, yeah, I had a little quiet patch near the end, but generally a pretty good race as the fireworks pop off. The only disappointing thing is we're always disappointed, aren't we, when there's an absolute clear runaway leader, because we love to see close battles for the top spot, right? It wasn't to be tonight. The standout probably Shipston claiming that 3rd place with an alternative overcut strategy that worked out well for him.
Absolutely. Louis Gooey, so excited by the stream this evening.
Oh,
He needs to go and have a shower, so great that we could make you work tonight, work up a sweat.
Settle
you need to
down.
go and, settle down, Louis. I mean, we're not that exciting, although we try and do our best. But there we go. The session, Jamie, has officially ended. Let's return to the garage, get on the old timetable, and see what we've got here this evening. So overall, as you know, the big NK getting the job done in 1st place with Abhishek Shah and Tom Shipston grabbing the final few podium positions. We've got Cowie, Daz's Dad, Birch, Crinson, Leach, Zalecki and Mr. Rich inside your top 10, and just outside Berner Ritzmer, who I'm sure will have some spice for the Discord after his evening, with Waller, Dabrowski, Prescott, Messenger, Barton, McFly, Westcott, Stevens and Roughneck 1 in your top 20. And beyond that, we got Fridge, G Squared, Van Engelen, Barwin, Payne, Frimode, Brown, Carstens, Clayton, Webb and Collins making up your final 31 positions. Took, you're probably not wrong. Let's check the amateurs quickly. I mean, Took did win the amateur race tonight in interesting circumstances at the end. Ahead of Fridge, Van Engelen, Barwin, Badapane, Fremont, Clayton and Collins. And in the silver ranks, Dabrowski takes the win ahead of Westcott, Stevens, Roughneck 1 and Carstens. But to confirm, overall, it is your boy, Nicholas Krause, getting the job done as we head back to the NoobGamerz VIP bar to sum up tonight's stream. Let's go, people. Oh, so welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bright lights of the VIP bar here in the NoobGamerz studio. And Took, we definitely did see it. So, Steward's inquiry underway. And Jamie, as we said, as we were down on the track, an interesting race, an interesting way to open up the season 5 tonight. Obviously, we're not expecting Nicholas to perhaps race for all 4 races. So if you take him out of the picture, you've got to say it's probably going to be pretty close for this championship, it seems.
Let's hope so, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Let's hope so. We don't know what Krause's plan is, of course. So let's see. Let's see.
Is that code name for a massive? I mean, what? Yeah, not sure what you're talking about.
I had a cat incident.
A cat incident. Okay, interesting. But yeah, obviously, as you know, with ACC, we invite people from all over different communities to get involved with the racing, and thus our classic Project Cars interviews aren't often available. So this evening we will make a pass, but it is time to go downstairs to the NoobGamerz Disco. Jamie's going to name his driver of the day, and we'll talk to you about what's coming up here live from the NoobGamerz community. Let's go. Oh, absolutely loving it behind as well. As always, Jamie, the NoobGamerz crowd, all COVID-free. Of course, they all took a lateral flow test before being allowed into the studio tonight. So it's a COVID-free environment, and it's also free to get in as well, because we just, we love them all here with us, don't we, Jamie?
Invite only, right?
Invite only, yeah. Only VIPs allowed behind here. But Jamie, the party's kicking off down here, and Season 5 is kicked off in Style 2. But one question remains. Who is tonight's driver of the day? Talk to me.
See if you can guess.
See if I can guess. Pick. Come
on.
I think you're going to go Shipston.
Correct. Correct, right. And why wouldn't I? As I already mentioned a minute ago, the only guy to try an alternative strategy, really worked for him. Super consistent, lucked in a bit with G-Square's issues at the end to get that podium, but that's what Shipston does. Super consistent, doesn't make mistakes, and he's paid off yet again. Mr. Podium himself, so it's got to be Shippers. Yeah, he's done very well. Could you also say that Abazek Jar and Took took alternative strategies this evening as well? You definitely could say that, yes.
Yes, perhaps playing a slightly different game this evening with some of their antics out on track, but anyway, we'll gloss over that. Looking forward to seeing what the Discord's got to say for itself after tonight's race. But thank you very much, not just to the people of Twitch, but we were live on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter for the very first time, all under one umbrella of the NoobGamerz community, Jamie.
Absolutely fantastic, yeah. Let us know. And of course, make sure you go and follow us on all the various platforms and spread the word, Ryan, the love. Yeah? The love of the NoobGamerz. That's all you need in your life. But anyway, that's your Monday night entertainment over. Me and Jamie will be back on Thursday with another round of our team event, Orange versus Green in Project Cars 2. And next Monday, we'll be here again to bring you another round of Season 5. But for now, thank you everyone for joining us, whether you watched live on Twitch, on Facebook, YouTube or Twitter. We really do appreciate it. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you on Thursday. Goodbye.
manoeuvre from Seven. Side smoke galore at the front. Oh, what's going to happen here? The back. Looks like Mr. Brisket and Dom T are both making early. Oh, no! He's going for it. Where's he going to appear?
Very best, very best.
Anyway, as the community. Ooh. Yeah, it always turns to shambles. But our special talking to shambles. Oh my name! And that looks. I'm gonna call this early doors. That looked like a takeout. Oh no! Spoon! Oh no! Oh! No! This ain't a ball, please. Oh! Wow! 123.9. Oh no! There's a late winner. He's that. Well, Spoon, you out of nowhere. Six of that. They wanted him. Oh, what a rubbish track we joined that one. What a move! Is he going to make it stick though? Tough corner to make it stick on. Is he going to go round the outside? Unbelievable! Oh! Wow!
That is a fantastic move.